Hi everyone. This video aims to be an introduction to the Huppermage class in WAKFU. I aim to teach you the absolute barest fundamentals of the class, so that you can jump right in with Huppermage without feeling lost or overwhelmed. The basic Hupper magic works like this. You cast an elemental spell, and you gain a rune. Your runes empower you. This is giving me 20% damage inflicted and heals performed in the water element, and they empower your light spells. So for instance, Glistening Tears, if you have a rune, will heal you and consume the rune, in addition to doing damage to the target or healing to an allied target. Sometimes holding a rune is important, but for the most part you want to focus on the last rune generated bonus, which in this case is water. To select your last rune generated, all you have to do is cast an elemental spell. If I cast fire, my last rune generated bonus switches to fire, and I lose the water last rune generated bonus. Trying to change your last rune generated to a rune that you are already holding is difficult, because you have to generate the rune. It is not enough to cast the spell. It can be tricky to do this, elemental cycle being a method of doing this, but it's better to avoid this situation altogether if you can. Huppermage's major mechanic is called Heart of Light. It seems like a very large tooltip, with a lot of embedded tooltips. The only thing you need to understand is that when you have a last rune generated bonus, in this case water, and you activate Heart of Light, your highest mastery will become Water Mastery. It will be increased by 20%. You store your natural QB regeneration, and you gain 30% damage inflicted and 15% heals performed. Keeping your last rune generated bonus the same as your heart element is integral, because if you cast a fire spell, your last rune generated bonus becomes fire, and then suddenly your highest mastery is in water, you have 30% damage inflicted, but your other 20% damage inflicted is in fire. It's not in water anymore. So it's very important to make sure that after you enter Heart, you should not be casting other elemental spells. Once you've decided on a Heart element, just stick with that Heart element. Try to focus on only casting water spells and light spells. There are a lot of light spells in the Huppermage's kit, and all of them have their own things and their own rune interactions. So for now we're just going to focus on the strongest one, which is Light Arrow. Light Arrow has a high cost, and it has a cooldown. Casting Light Arrow every time it's available is a huge source of damage for Huppermage, which means Huppermage wants to regenerate the cost of Light Arrow in between turns where you're casting Light Arrow. This is the most basic principle of the class. So a way to do this, at level 20, this build is currently fully empty, no gear. Level 20, I've only statted a little bit of Elemental Mastery and Critical Hit. A way to do this is you can simply cast a water spell, enter Aquatic Heart, and cast Light Arrow. You can see I'm down to 300 Quadrimental Breeze. Because I was in Heart of Light last turn, I've stored 75 QB. Light Arrow is on a cooldown for another turn, So to regenerate my resources for Light Arrow, all I need to do is not enter Heart of Light again. Now I'm back up to 475 QB. I can generate my Water Rune again. I can enter Heart, and I can Light Arrow again. I can end my turn, and I'm up to 450 QB. This is only costing me 25 QB per turn. The unfortunate thing is that it is in fact costing me QB. The 25 QB per turn cost can be dealt with Huppermage passives. There are a lot of passives which basically improve your quality of life on Huppermage. A few of them will drastically alter your playstyle, and a few of them will simply be a small reward for a small penalty. One of the earliest passives you have access to is called Antithesis. This passive will give you 20 QB each time you generate a rune, but it will penalize you with minus 10% damage inflicted on your elemental spells. It is up to you if you are okay with dropping a light arrow every once in a while in order to keep your base DI on your elemental spells, or if you would rather just have light arrow all the time. You, of course, have the opportunity to dodge this damage inflicted penalty by using a spell such as Moonbeam, which is a light spell, but it doesn't cost you any QB to cast. This is what Huppermage is in essence. You have your big light arrow turns, where you should be setting up for and casting light arrow, and then each turn in between, you should be thinking about what you are going to do to either save resources or generate resources so that you can recast light arrow every time it becomes available. At the end of the day with Huppermage, casting light arrow is the bread. Recuperating the cost of casting light arrow is the butter. How you go about doing this is up to you. As you level up, you unlock more abilities and more passives that allow you to do this in different ways. Don't feel overwhelmed. You don't have to take any of them. You can just stick with the basic heart on one turn, no heart on the second turn, and that is a fine and functioning Huppermage playstyle. It gets deeper. Gosh, does this class get deeper. But don't feel like you have to start going straight for the most complicated or the strangest things that this class has to offer. It truly is a customizable experience that you can make all your own. You can take this class in a huge variety of directions. When you're ready to start customizing Huppermage further, when you're ready to start sort of exploring more of the depth of the class, please come by the official WAKFU Discord. There's a Huppermage thread available. You can ask us anything. We will be happy to help. There's a bunch of us Huppermage mains in there, and we just talk about, like, nothing all day. So please, just come by. Just ask us any question you want. It doesn't matter if it seems stupid or silly. Everything is valuable. Every experience is wanted, and we would love to hear about your experiences playing this class, and we would love to help you to turn this class into something that is truly for you, and something that works for you and for your preferences and for your team comp, or for a particular dungeon that you might be struggling with. Come on by, just feel free to just drop in, ask us anything. We will be here for you. We will answer any questions that you may have. Good luck. I hope you enjoy Huppermage. That person just appeared on a huge dragon. I hope that you have a great time. If you don't, then that's fine. There's 17 other classes in this game, so I'm sure one of them is for you. As a final note, this video may become outdated as the game patches, but for as long as I feel like the information in this guide is still accurate and valid, I will continue to leave this guide available. So if you're watching this, everything you've seen, the numbers may be slightly different, but overall, it will remain accurate to what the game is like today, and not be a time capsule of what the game was like at time of recording. So, if you're seeing this, then everything you've just heard and seen still works just fine. Maybe there's some numbers that are slightly off. Your mileage may vary, but the fundamentals will still be fundamental. Yeah, come by the official Discord if you need help. Come by the official Discord anyway. Yeah, it's free, it's public, so, you know, drop us a line, drop us a shout.